You have no idea how happy I am to own that little flashy tree. Welcome to the latest episode of the Encyclopedia Magica Volume 1, and this is episode 17. And we are up to, what page are we up to? We're up to page 80 in this book. This series is going to last longer than my 4,000 question challenge series. Alrighty, so what are we up to? We're in the R's. We're going to go with of Rage. So we're in the armor section of Rage. This one's probably going to be pretty straightforward. But no, actually maybe not, because it's no XP value and it's only worth $1,500. This armor is identical to Appearance of Armor of Command and functions as a suit of armor +1. However, when worn, the armor causes the character to suffer a -3 penalty in all encounter checks. All friendly troops within 360 feet have their morale lowered by 2 points. The effect is not noticeable to the wearer of those affected. Wow. As a diabetic who can get hangry when my blood sugar goes down, I am not aware of this fact. I completely and utterly can understand that. Then we have Armor of a Rainbow, 2,000 XP, 1250 GP. This is from the Polyhedron News Zine. It's a strange word, News Zine. Only a couple of suits of this incredible chainmail are known to exist. These few are handed down from clan leader to successor. They are given by the Norse Bridge Guardians Heimdall to his followers for exceptional deeds performed in the deity's name. Rainbow armor takes the form of multicolored shimmering chainmail enchanted to a bonus of +3. The armor glows with a radiance that illuminates a 20-foot surrounding area, negating magical darkness and the ability to hide in shadows. Even invisible objects are revealed within this radius by the thin aura of rainbow light that outlines them. The mail is extremely light, encumbering the wearer only as much as elven chainmail. It's pride armor. That's awesome. I can see it now, man. It's pride armor. That's cool. Then we have the Raji's Armor of the Desert Evening. 500 XP, 5,000 GP from the 92 Fantasy Collectors card number 298. I think I may own those, but I'm not positive. This magical armor is unusual for the land of Zakara. It is a suit of banded rather than laminar armor. Like other forms of armor of the Desert Evening, this magical armor does not provide additional bonuses to armor class, but it can be worn in the desert heat without ill effect. It believes that this armor was originally made for an outland warrior from some country that is more accustomed to banded mail armor. Under like Pathfinder and other games like 3.5, you'd have to have a +1 on that, but that's fine. We have the red armor of the Hell Furnaces. Well, that's scary. 6,000 XP, 35,000 GP. This blood red armor was cut from the back plates of an adult red dragon. Many warriors from the yeomanry died in the battle to kill the creature, and the best dwarven armorers were hired to rework the plates into a wearable suit. It gets a +4 plate mail and save against fire-based attacks for half damage or no damage. Red dragons who see this armor make unusual efforts to kill the wearer. Really? Really? You're wearing the skin of one of my relatives? Yes. Yes. If I discovered someone was wearing the skin of one of my relatives, I would take a little special effort to maybe, get up close and personal with them. Then we have the Red Dragon Scale Mail. That's probably going to be less exciting. 2,500 XP, 1,250 GP, made from the scales of a huge old red dragon. The mail is AC 1, and remember, lower was better at this time. Like all magic armor, this is virtually weightless. It covers the body, yada yada. Magical weapons with +1 or better do full damage. Okay, but normal weapons employed against the mail only do half damage if a hit is scored. That's really damn powerful. 50% damage reduction? That's much better than the red armor of Hell Furnaces, folks. Really, really better. And it costs heck of a lot less. That's, whew. The male provides protection of +3 against fire-based breath attacks and the breath of dragons, weapons of all dragons. Well, the following exception: it cannot protect its wearer against the sonic blast of a platinum dragon, and it does not protect against any breath weapon employed by a red dragon. So, still, I didn't do. Do all platinum dragons have sonic blasts? I don't remember. Did they, or has that changed? I can't remember. And we have the armor of reflection, 1,000 XP, 5,000 GP, from the Dungeon Masters. This rules Encyclopedia. If a light or continual light spell is cast at the user, the armor automatically reflects it back at the caster, who must make a saving throw. Okay, that's a little. Sorry, trying to turn page with the brace on my hand sucks. That's a little situational. How often do you have light spells cast at you? Stop for a second and think about that. How many times have you been in a situation where someone offensively cast a light or a continual light spell at a character specifically? Because I can think of exactly 0 times that's happened. Okay, well, it works against gauge effects. It says melee against a creature with gaze effect. Chances of gaze reflection are the same as if the mirror were held, but without the -2 penalty to the user's attack. So it does help you against gaze attacks. Okay, that's much better. That makes this armor worth something. But the whole continual light thing, who the heck ever has one of those targeted at them? That makes little sense to me. We have the armor of remove curse, 1,000 XP, 7,500 GP. From the Rules Encyclopedia. This armor cannot be cursed when found. When commanded, the item creates a remove curse spell effect on the user only as if cast by a 36th level caster. Wow, this item functions for a total of 3 times at a maximum rate of once per day. After its 3rd charge is used, no other special abilities remain, and it can't be recharged. Item does remain magical, however, regardless of spent charges. So I guess you could always sell it as magic armor. Because if somebody's like, that really magic armor? It is really magic armor. And we have the Scale Mail of Horus. This armor is Scale Mail. Okay, that one caught me off by my surprise. Scale Mail +4 is the equivalent of AC2 and also gives the wearer resistance to all fire and lightning attacks. Fire and lightning attacks automatically inflict half damage or quarter damage if the saving throw is successful. I don't associate fire and lightning with Horus, but maybe I'm wrong with that one. Then we have the armor of the Scorion's Drow Chainmail. So it's Skorian. Okay, it's no XP, 5,000 GP from the 93 card collector number 466. This Skorian believes that his chainmail affords magic protection, while in reality it has been cursed to serve no better than normal human mail. What's worse, this dude's ex-lover had a special magical spell placed upon it that allows her to track the dude wherever he may run, up until the point Skorian had believed that his spurred lover's minions have been lucky in finding him, but he finally is beginning to suspect that something is not quite right. How did they find me in the shower? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, now we have the armor of the Solomani, which I believe, yeah, Tales of the Lance. That's Dragonlance. All right. The armor is a suit of field plate +1 that just suited specifically to that particular order of the lance. That's it. It's just field plate +1. I believe field plate was better than plate mail. It was a higher armor class, if I remember correctly. And we have Surtur's Iron, Legends and Lore. This is no XP or GP. Any being touching this red-hot iron armor suffers 1d10 damage. The person in armor is immune to its effects. So maybe this is the kind of armor that the Surtur loans you? because otherwise, why would you be wearing it? I don't know. Then we have the armor of swimming, and there's an asterisk after the word swimming, so I don't remember what the asterisk means. I apologize. Plus 700 XP and plus 3500 GP. This is from Dungeon Magazine 179. This laminar armor allows its user to move through water as if unencumbered. It does not convey water breathing abilities nor swimming proficiencies, but it does allow the individual to float and swim if he or she were otherwise capable. Freedom of movement, you know what I mean? Just give them freedom of movement. That would be the simplest thing. Maybe it's weightless in water. Maybe it's not weightless on land, kind of thing. The armor of temperature control, plus 500 XP, plus 2500 GP. This armature of temperature control may be worn without any discomfort due to cold or heat. It's an endure element spell. It even has the same temperature range as an endure element. So, yeah, that's not a... At the DM's option, the armor may give protection against the natural environment of the paramount ice or the elemental plane of fire. Remember, no extra protection is given in combat. So, yeah, so, again, better would be Life Bubble. I don't know if you've looked up Life Bubble from Pathfinder. Also to be found in Starfinder. I don't know if it's in Pathfinder 2E, but it's in 1E, and Life Bubble is a great spell. We have the armor of Tulin's plate armor of etherealness, 5,000 XP, 25,000 GP. Another fantasy card from 92. Its armor plus 5 can be plate mail, can be recharged, but only by a 15th or higher level wizard. It allows Tulin and anyone else who touches the armor to go into the ethereal plane. Well, that's kind of darn cool. That's useful. Now we have the armor of the undead. This is from Polyhedron Magazine, a news zine. 1,500 XP, 15,000 GP. Created and once worn by the infamous Thorines of the Thesla. This suit of... I probably said that wrong. It's probably actually Greek. Or Thornes, maybe? This suit of armor consists of bones of many creatures bound together by ligaments and metal hinges to allow movement. It can only be safely worn by a lawful evil character, although they find it cannot be made to fit them, regardless of their size. It confers an AC 3 and radiates protection from good 10-foot radius. If worn by a priest, it raises the individual's effective experience level by 2 when you're turning or befriending undead. It'd be useful if you're an evil dude. We have an armor of underwater action. Well, then there's helmet of underwater action, so this makes sense. 1,400 XP GP, and the G's missing, so it just says P value. P value 7,000. I guess if you really have to urinate, you want this armor. Found only as chainmail or plate mail, this armor is always airtight and keeps its wearer dry and comfortable. How could chainmail be airtight? Full field plate, the actual, you look like a robot kind of armor, maybe I can buy that, but chainmail? Okay, whatever. It's a life bubble spell. Let's just make it easier. The armor creates a breathable atmosphere that lasts for 24 hours before it must be unused another 24 hours to recharge it. The suit allows the wearer to swim at 180 feet per round, provided he or she has a swimming proficiency. I don't remember what the normal swimming speed is. I apologize. We have the Voice of Heroes, XP 6,000, 32,000 GP. This is from Dragon Magazine 16. This is armor plus 5. Doesn't specify what kind of armor it is, but it weighs just 3 pounds. That's the entire entry. It's called the Voice of Heroes. In what conceivable way is plus 5 armor, whatever type it is, that only weighs 3 pounds, have anything to do with the voice of a hero? All right, armor of vulnerability. Oh, this is a cursed item, folks. But there's 4 levels, and they go from 1,500 to 6,000 GP, no XP. Armor seems to be genuine magical plus armor with the protection of plus 1 through 4, but is in fact -1 through -4. The vulnerability of such armor is not revealed until an enemy strikes a blow in anger at its wearer. Yeah, that's usually how that works. Then we have another one, which is the, I apologize if I just popped that mic, the Armor of Vulnerability 2, because 1 wasn't enough. And there are 3 levels of this, going from 1500 to 4500 GP. And this is from the first vulnerability didn't tell you where it's from. Notice it. The second one's from the DM's first edition, DM's guide. This tests magical, but is actually cursed -1 through negative. You get the point. Armor's great vulnerability is not apparent until an enemy successfully strikes a blow. Its anger with desire and intent to kill the wearer. The armor falls to pieces whenever an opponent strikes the wearer with an unmodified attack of a D20. I like that. Then we have the Armor of Warmth, 250 XP, 2550 GP. Must be worn with any discomfort due to cold, and enables the wearer to operate at the coldest of all natural temperatures, as well as temperate climates. Note that the temperature must be due to weather and not magical effect. Yada yada yada. And it says you may be able to survive. You may, at DM's discretion, it may work on the para-elemental plane of ice, rather. And the last armor here that is not specific to a like, I think it might be. No, maybe, is it the last armor? Hold on a second. Yes, there's 2 last armors here, but one's weirdly phrased. Okay, we're going to use the last one. The first, second to last, the penultimate, the white armor of the Griff Mountains, 2250 XP, 13,500 GP. Greyhawk adventures. After tribesmen of the Griff Mountains slew an adult white dragon, they sold the hide to dwarven armorers who traded the suit of scale mail plus 3. The dwarves created it for a human-sized wearer, but dwarf or halfling can wear it potentially of -1 to AC. The wearer allows the user to save versus cold-based attacks for half or no damage. And the last one, which is weirdly, because it's got a different colored headline, a different colored entry, and a larger font, and it's called Armor Bath. So maybe this is armor related? Yes, it's armor related. Okay, so it's 2,000 XP and 10,000 GP. It's a new item. This extremely rare item appears to be a 5-foot tall, 6-foot long, claw-footed cauldron made of metal and ceramic mix. The rim of this cauldron is inlaid with sandalwood, upon which is carved runes of an ancient language. If someone can read the language, they can decipher the message as reading, protect one from grievous harms, and render oneself immune to the ordinary hurts of the world. If blessed or cursed, depending on the alignment of the wearer, water fills the bath. That's a lot of goddamn water. You can confer great power upon the bather. In short, it places an invisible armor harder than steel over body parts immersed in the water. The armor is not completely impervious to ordinary weapons. And give me 1 second. And attacks and grants an effective AC 0 against magical weapons for the affected area. Creatures that are magical in nature are assumed to be as magical weapons. Okay, that makes sense. So they attack against an AC 0. Damage-causing spells that are not directly cast on the armored individuals, such as Fireball, cause no damage to the armored parts of the body, though unarmored parts suffer damage normally. I don't know how you want to calculate that, folks. There are several disadvantages to this armor. First, it can never be removed. Second, it robs the affected area of feeling, so it tasks the required tactile skills of a covered area cannot be performed. In addition, losing all feeling in the area, the parts lose flexibility. You have to move only in a limited fashion. Third and most dangerous, if a person using the armor bath applies the bath's armor more than 50% of the body, the individual dies. There's no save against this. Thus, those who know the full effects of the bath use it only sparingly, covering only their necks, forearms, chests, and the like. They are always careful to resist how much they place on themselves, knowing that too much can kill them. Some call this the bath of death. There is some speculation that it was created by dark gods or fashioned by priests at the behest of gods who needed secret and near invulnerable assassins for their evil works. How do you immerse yourself in this thing? I guess you'd have to come up with some way of sealing your body parts. So essentially, a spell that covers your head with a water impermeable substance, so that the parts you don't want covered, and then you just jump in and you come out, and the parts that you didn't want covered are not covered, and the parts you did want covered are covered. Because I can't, or at least bend down and cover yourself from the waist up, because I can't figure out how you do this sensibly unless you've got your head and your hands free, because that's what you want, your heads and your hands free, because that allows you to at least be able to eat and breathe and touch and kiss and talk and do things that you can always wear a magic helmet, I guess, and it allows you to still use your hands unprotected, and at least, better yet, lose your lower body, because you do have to have bodily functions, and you do have genitals. Alrighty, folks. So this has been episode 17 of the Encyclopedia Magica, Volume 1, and we are finally done with the armor. Yay! This has been rambling on for 21 minutes. My apologies. So, hope you'll be here for episode number 18.